What's up, little bros? You got Big Bro here. Every now and then, I will get a comment saying, if you stop bashing influencers or you stop bashing these other people, you can grow your channel so much quicker and so much bigger. Let me answer that. I never, ever thought I would have 1 subscriber, 10 subscribers, not even 1,000. That this is a milestone for me. This is just a channel that I wanted to share my story on how I did it. And if people subscribe, they subscribe. If they do, they do. If you don't like what I'm telling you, you can unsubscribe. If you want to change your life, you can subscribe. The reason why they don't like those videos is because it reminds them about the bad decisions that they made in the past. There is still hope. You can never change your past, but you can change your present and your future. And here's why I don't invest in fly-by-night stocks that a lot of these black influencers popped up and they start selling, telling people we're going to change Wall Street. Wall Street looks like us. This is what you need to do. But they really didn't change people's lives. And a lot of the white boys and a lot of other background nationality influencers have been making videos exposing these people, but a lot of the black and brown, poor white, Hispanic communities, what they'll say is, you don't understand us. You don't understand what it's like to be black. Why are you making videos on these people? You don't understand. But their subscribers are waking up. And I'm trying to wake up the people who've made these mistakes so you don't make them again. Let me give you an example. Say you have $1,000 in the FXAIX fund. The expense ratio is 0.01%, meaning for every $1,000, you're paying 1 penny. Every 1,000, you're paying a penny. It's not just about growing your account. It's about conserving money, keeping your taxes low, and not losing money. When you're in the ARK fund and Cathie Wood, whatever her name is, she decides that this is no longer a good play. I'm gonna get out of this play. I'm gonna buy more Tesla, more Roku. I'm gonna sell Roku. I'm gonna sell whatever. She's running up your tax bill. That's called a turnover transaction. You get hit with transactions and turnover ratios. If you look at your 1099 at the end of the year, every trade, every buy and sell she did, you get hit with that under buy and sold. You get hit with that. When you're in the FXAIX, it's a low expense ratio and it's a low turnover ratio, meaning they very rarely sell anything, so your taxes are low. You're optimizing your taxes. And not only do you get hit with a tax bill, you get hit with a 0.75% fee, meaning for every $1,000 you have, you're getting hit with $7.50. So when she is getting smoked by the S&P 500, you can't go by the year. You got to go by the overall, how she's getting smoked. Look at the long-term lifetime of the fund. You see the blue? That's the S&P 500. The FXAIX tracks the S&P 500. Do you see that little yellow blip on the bottom? That's Cathie Wood's ETF over the long term. That's what she's down. Now, if you timed it perfectly and nobody has a crystal ball, you may have made a little bit of money. But a lot of people are down because they bought at the height of the bubble in 2021 and they're down substantially. And you're wondering, I'm in an ETF. But why am I still down? It's because you're in a managed ETF where they hop in and out of plays the same way a lot of these people up here that I've made videos about, they're constantly telling you, I'm buying Shiba Inu, I'm buying this, I'm buying that, I'm buying this. All these fly-by-night people that are popping up that can change your life. What have I always said? Keep it very simple. When you keep it simple, sweetheart, not only do you lower your taxes, you get to enjoy the sweet nectar of all the gains at a low expense ratio. It's not always about gains, it's about losses. If you have gains, but you have catastrophic losses and you underperform the S&P 500 benchmark, you lost money. At the end of the year, when you take that 1099 and you go to your CPA, They see all the buying and selling. They see all the losses and all the stuff, or even the capital gains that you got to pay short-term capital gains on. If she holds Tesla for less than a year, you pay short-term capital gains. This is why I always say, hold a total stock market index fund. Hold an S&P 500. Hold them, because over the long term, you're gonna outperform a lot of these people. What has happened was people realized that the black community, the black and brown, poor white, poor Hispanic, they really didn't understand how wealth is created. So they came up here with a few catchphrases from Warren Buffett, a few catchphrases from news outlets and news catalysts to sound smart to you. And people bit the lure, and they got hooked like fish, and they lost a lot of money. When the S&P drops 1 or 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, you're only down that percentage. When your portfolio is down 60, 50, 40, 30, 70, 80, 90%, you know the gains you have to achieve just to break even? You gotta achieve like 150, 180% return just to break even. Because what you drop, you have to come back up that amount. And that's how all of the derivatives and all the numbers play a part. I'm not a finance guy. I don't have a finance background. I don't understand the stock market fully. This is why, if you're a normal working person and you don't understand, and you're not working in the finance industry and you're not getting paid, I don't mean you're not getting paid from Discords and Patreons and all the classes they got. If you don't work in that line of work, you didn't go to school for that, why am I going to try to figure out this stuff when I could just do what works? Your job as a person is to do what you are hired to do. Let your money work for you. This is not a short-term play. This is a lifestyle. I've always said, when you want to lose weight, you need to change the way you eat forever. If you want to change your finances, you need to change the way you live. It's about making more money, spending less money, and putting your money to work for you. What have I always said? I put my money where the rich old white people put their money. The reason why I do that is so many people find it alluring to beat Wall Street. That's a gambling mentality. When it comes to your finances, I'm not trying to beat Wall Street. I'm just trying to match Wall Street. So have you ever heard the expression, if you can't beat them, join them? Wall Street is not. They are not the boogeyman. Do you know, as long as a company sends out a prospectus, the prospectus, a lot of you may have got that little pamphlet that comes in the mail of the company that you own. Do you know in that prospectus, it could say, we're unprofitable, we're losing money, we don't know what we're doing, we don't know when we're gonna make money. Do you know by law, as long as the company issues a prospectus on what they're trying to do, the SEC, your Securities and Exchange Commission, cannot do anything, meaning they cannot charge them for doing anything. They cannot be charged of a crime if they warned the shareholders. Meaning, if NEO issued a prospectus to you, and every company has to issue a prospectus by law, as long as they issue that and they say, we're not going to make money, we don't know what we're doing, we're going to make cars, but we switched over to making toilet paper. As long as they issue that and they try to warn you, the SEC can't do nothing. The feds, nobody can do anything. The IRS, nobody can do anything. That's like, why do you think cigarette companies put warning, may cause cancer, lung cancer? As long as they issue a warning and the consumer still goes forward with it, it's on you. Accountability, responsibility. This is why I say you are in control of you. Nobody else can help you. I'm up here trying to warn everybody on what to do and what not to do. This is the only thing that you can get wrong, and then later on in life realize, oh my God, I did something catastrophically wrong. I did something catastrophically wrong, and I cannot change my past. Nobody can change their past, but you could change your present and your future. And this is why I always say no regrets, because how many people on their deathbeds have regrets? How many people later on in life say they wish they woulda, I wish I coulda, I shoulda, I have regrets. I don't want you to have those regrets. I want you to, achieve what you got to achieve. And when God calls you home, you could say, you know what? I'm ready to go. I did everything I wanted to do. I lived the way I wanted to live. I left my kids. I taught my kids. I set my kids up. Now it's on them to take the knowledge that I gave them, and they got to pass the torch and they got to run with it. No regrets. Get it.